Hello again and welcome back to my channel. So today I am checking out the Action Force Bone Collector from Valaverse. I picked this guy up from the Big Bad Toy Store, paid $32 for him, which is around 46 Australian dollars. He is sold out now, very difficult to get. You can't get him on the Valaverse store or the Big Bad Toy Store. So if you haven't got him, then you're probably going to struggle unless they do a reissue. So looking at the box, nothing we haven't seen before. Nice big display window at the front. Some nice artwork, and then the Bone Collector. And then on the back, doing a quick checklist, I've got pretty much every one of the first series with the exception of that version of the Steel Brigade. I do have the reissue Steel Brigade on pre-order with Big Bad Toy Store, so once I get that I'll have this entire wave, so pretty happy with that. And then 2 action points down here at the bottom, still waiting for Bobby Valla to announce what we're actually going to do with those. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the figure. Okay, so here he is out of the packaging with all of his accessories. Starting off with the weapons, the Bone Collector comes with this assault rifle complete with a grenade launcher at the bottom, and it is that sturdier plastic that we're used to now with Valaverse. Very nice. It has a removable clip. Just a straightforward matte black, but it does have the hole in the barrel there, so you can get one of the muzzle flashes if you have those with the accessories pack. He also comes with a rather impressive sidearm. Pretty meaty sidearm that he has here. Just a nice gunmetal silver. He also comes with this huge Bowie knife or machete. Again, that sturdier plastic. It's not going to bend or flex like we see with the Hasbro figures. He also comes with 6 additional pairs of hands. In addition to the fisted hands that are on the figure, he comes with a left and a right cradling hand. Holding hand. And finally a left and a right trigger finger hand. Bone Collector also comes with the main accessory, which is his skull cap. Now this is very nicely done. It is a sturdier plastic. Have to be quite careful when you put it on his head, but it just slips over like this. Here we are. Pretty menacing. And it's done in this nice bone colour, like this bone wash that it has over it. But you can see the matte black underneath, which just raises the details. So it's really nice. He also comes with 2 additional clips, which are loaded out on the figure. And then the iconic Action Force stand. So nice with the accessories. So taking a closer look at the Bone Collector in hand, he does have some reuse here, the main piece being a reused vest. We saw this on the Scarab Trooper, although it is a completely different colour scheme, and I feel like it just kind of works here. In addition, he does have a sheath for his machete on the back. He comes with a peg hole. He doesn't come with a backpack, but if you want to get one of the additional backpacks, then you've got the option there. And then moving down, he has this real nice black. I really prefer the matte look on these figures, and this is all matte black and it just works. It is quite straightforward, nothing really too exciting going on. There is some nice sculpting. He's got some pockets and some wrinkles in his sleeves, and I guess you could take this vest off. It is all one piece. I'm not going to do that, but you could snip it, I suppose. And then underneath it looks like he's got black and green fatigues. And then moving down, he has a floating belt underneath, similar to what they all have. And then his camo pants, green and grey, double strapped gun holster and a double strapped clip holster. He has 2 matte grey knee pads, and then just as quite straightforward matte black boots. Would have been nice if there was some scrapes on this, maybe some mud flecks or something, just to give it a little bit more character, because they are a little bit clean. But overall, very nice. But the main part is this head sculpt. This head sculpt is almost too good to hide away with the skull cap. The skull cap is nice, and just bringing that in again. So it's nice that we can have a couple of different looks. because he does look badass with that on. But then removing it, although it's quite a neutral, semi-menacing pose, he would look good on the shelf as is. And the sculpting is done really, really well. The detail in the eyes is there. He's got a very, very subtle 5 o'clock shadow. So overall, the figure is really nice. So moving on to the articulation, I'm guessing it's going to be nothing we haven't seen before, but I'm wondering whether or not there is some restrictions due to the size of the jacket. But at the head, he gets full rotation all the way around. He gets a decent amount of down and a huge amount of up. And then butterfly joints at the shoulders, bicep swivel that we've seen before, double jointed elbow, and then he has forwards and backwards on the peg at the wrist and full rotation. And then moving down to the waist, he does get rotation. It's not hindered at all, but the ab crunch is somewhat hindered, but this is a soft material, so you can get him to about there and then back to about there. He has the rounded off hips, so he can get all the way around. The drop down legs, he has a cut at the thigh, so you can get a swivel, or rotation rather, and then a double jointed knee, boot cut, and then a rocker at the ankle. So he is a bit stiff, as with all the Valaverse figures. I highly recommend that you just blast them under the hairdryer for 30 seconds to a minute beforehand, just in case you break them. Mine haven't been too bad. Some of them are stiff. This one is particularly stiff, but then he's been in the box for a few weeks because I haven't really had a chance to get him out and review him. But overall, the articulation doesn't disappoint. Okay, so although he is a little bit light with the accessories, let's load him out as best we can. Okay, and there he is. I really struggled with the hands. They were really stuck on there. I should probably take my own advice and blast them under the hairdryer. I didn't do this one. And he was really stiff. So there he is, the Bone Collector. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Action Force Bone Collector from Valaverse. This is yet another example of how a figure should be done in this scale. It comes with everything that we've come to expect, all the hands, the stand, even the weapons. I do think that we may have been spoilt a little bit with the hands. Certainly not a bad thing, but Valaverse now can't reduce that. If we get figures in the future which don't have 6 to 8 hands, then we'll probably feel a little bit hard done by because we've been so used to it. But I don't think that they're going to do that. My only criticism would be that I am starting to see, now that I have 10 to 12 figures, a lot of reuse, particularly with some of the jackets and the hands and the weapons. Not a bad thing. We've seen it with Hasbro, we've seen it with Mattel. It's just common. You get the most out of your tooling. But it would be nice to see some new stuff, particularly with Wave 3, which is just around the corner, which I am certainly excited about. It'd be nice to see where this line goes. The Bone Collector is one of their staple figures. He is a main character, and so far we haven't had many releases of main characters. We've had some army builders, a couple of exclusives, and some reissues, so it'd be nice to see some new characters on the horizon. So that wraps up this review. I certainly hope that you've enjoyed it. If you like this content, then please do consider subscribing, and until next time, take care.